Straight ahead on 12 News, nearly a month into the school year, and local companies are still short on bus drivers.
We need to hire basically all year long.
What's behind the shortage? Then, why changes could be on the way for pilots at Crystal Airport. But first, a financial advisor pleads guilty for stealing from an elderly client. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. A financial advisor has admitted to stealing from an elderly Robbinsdale man's annuity account. Investigators say John Heath of Edina drained $220,000 from the account of an 88-year-old client with Alzheimer's. Delane Cleveland joins us now with more on that. Delane?
Mike, John Heath had served as the financial advisor to the Robbinsdale man for the past 20 years. But after the client suffered a stroke and was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, Heath stole his client's identity and a huge chunk of his life savings in the process.
This was a complex case and did actually take a couple months because we also had to utilize the resources of the Department of Commerce on this case just because of the severity of it and the amount of money that was involved.
According to court documents, Heath helped his client set up an annuity account in 2008, which grew to $220,000. Heath later took over the annuity account by stealing his client's personal information. Heath then opened a checking account at Wings Financial in Edina in his client's name. However, the address and email address for the account belonged to Heath. Heath then withdrew money from the annuity account and deposited it into the checking account, all without his client's knowledge. He would then make ATM withdrawals or write checks to himself and to his credit card company. Wings Financial eventually became suspicious and closed the checking account.
It's just so unfortunate that someone would take advantage of someone like this. It is just always very sad, but again, that's why we take it very serious and investigate these cases, because these people should not be doing what they're doing and they need to be spend time in jail.
Monday, Heath pleaded guilty to a single count of identity theft. A second case in which he swindled thousands of dollars from an 83-year-old woman will be dropped. Heath agreed to a prison term of nearly 3.5 years. His sentencing hearing takes place in December. Mike?
All right, Delane, thank you. Well, one man is in police custody, another recovering from injuries following a shooting Tuesday evening in Brooklyn Park. It happened about 5:30 Tuesday in the 7500 block of Brunswick Avenue. One man was apparently shot in the back and taken to North Memorial Medical Center. His injuries are not life-threatening, and police arrested another man seen running from the scene. The two men involved reportedly knew each other. A Minneapolis teen has pleaded guilty to shooting another man outside the Kids' Foot Locker in Brooklyn Center. The shooting happened last March when long lines formed for a new Michael Jordan shoe that was going on sale. According to prosecutors, 18-year-old Gary Townsend admitted to shooting another man 4 times. That man had a permit to carry and fired back, shooting Townsend in the leg. Witnesses told police the shooting stemmed from an argument over people cutting in line. There is a shortage of school bus drivers nationwide. It's also affecting local school districts. Bus companies such as American Student and First Student need drivers, and they need them now. We get more from Eric Nelson.
School bus drivers are a vanishing breed. There are simply not enough of them.
Everybody, last I knew, needs more school bus drivers.
The driver shortage is very real at First Student Bus Company in Champlin, which serves the Anoka, Hennepin, and Osseo school districts.
Right now it slows down and everybody starts to think because school started we don't need them, but no, we need to hire basically all year long. But right now I just need to fulfill or try to hire 100 plus now.
Most bus companies offer benefits and pay their drivers anywhere from $15 to $22 an hour. Some sweeten their recruiting pitch with signing bonuses of $1,000 or more, but it is not enough to lure in new drivers.
We're constantly going over hurdles every day.
According to First Student's Brian Miller, the robust economy gives job seekers plenty of options.
It's very competitive out there. You can drive anywhere and see apply here. We're now hiring. I saw a landscaping position at $15 an hour the other day.
Another reason for the shortage is rigid training standards, which can be daunting to potential drivers.
There's really good reasons the state has those rules, and obviously from a safety standpoint, that's the main one. Obviously, we just don't want anybody really just driving a bus, especially with our children.
The safety requirements at First Student are comprehensive and thorough.
We do 50+ hours with every candidate through classroom and the training on the road. And at the same time, we make sure that they meet all the state and federal requirements too.
In Champlin, I'm Eric Nelson, Channel 12 News.
First Student has 1,350 drivers in the state and is the largest bus provider in Minnesota. Changes could be on the way for pilots who fly in and out of the Crystal Airport. That's according to a draft of long-range plans by the Metropolitan Airports Commission. Sonia Goen shows us what the proposal could mean for pilots.
Yeah, this is a 4-seat airplane.
George Felix is a flight instructor and member of Gopher Flying Club, which is based at the Crystal Airport.
We've got about 33 members at this point, 2 airplanes.
This airport is also busy. About 41,000 planes take off or land each year here. George says it's ideal for new pilots.
It gives students the opportunity to learn how to operate on a complex situation, but in a safe environment.
George has looked at the Metropolitan Airports Commission draft.
As a pilot and a club, we never want to see things get smaller.
MAC is proposing cutting down 2 runways, one a paved runway and another that is grass. The change would be hard for some aircraft, which are designed to land in the grass.
The problem is it becomes difficult to take off and land for those aircraft on hardtop if the wind's not exactly perfect.
We have information India like to stay in the pattern one time.
Pilot Aaron Barak is an experienced pilot who has been flying the friendly skies for 12 years. He says removing 2 runways would give pilots fewer choices.
I think it's vital to the airport to, to have as many active runways as possible, with different wind directions, different types of lengths of runways.
The MAC draft leaves 1 southeast-northwest runway and 1 northeast-southwest runway at the airport. By removing the 2 runways, that also clears the way for MAC to get rid of FAA controllers in the tower, replacing them with contractors.
The fact that they have paralleling runways mandates by FAA rules that it has to be manned by the FAA.
Other improvements in the plan call for converting 1 runway into a full-length parallel taxiway.
I think it's going to impact the traffic. It's also going to change the complexity of the airport.
In Crystal, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
MAC officials say the proposed changes will simplify the airport and make it much safer. MAC is looking for public input, and a hearing will take place Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. at Brooklyn Park City Hall. Well, for you old-time radio listeners, Plymouth now has a Boone and Erickson. Anthony Boone and Brett Erickson, that is. They are among 3 new officers sworn in on Tuesday night. Anthony Boone served 2 tours of duty in Iraq. Brett Erickson is a 2011 graduate of Osseo High School. Eric Jacobson, who previously served as a community service officer, was also sworn in. 2 of the new police officers are part of an expansion of the city's police force due to the growth in Northwest Plymouth. In January, the city will expand again to a total of 77 officers. Coming up, ways you can save Thursday on a delicious cup of coffee. Then later in sports, Armstrong's talented girls soccer team shoots for another win. But first, a beautiful fall Thursday on tap, sunny with temperatures in the upper 60s. The date might not be marked on your calendar, but if you're like more than 50% of adults who drink coffee every day, maybe it should be. Thursday is National Coffee Day, which means you can find free or reduced price coffee in many places. And in today's Money Savers, a look at saving money on your morning cup and how one local shop is taking an extra step to help save lives as well.
Our drip coffee is excellent, roasted locally here in the Twin Cities for us, to our specifications.
Open now 4 years in Maple Grove, owners of the Daily Dose are proud of their brew and say business is as good as ever.
I like the space, I like the community aspect of it. It's, we get to connect with our customers over coffee. some other business avenues don't let you do.
It's a shop where regulars like Anita Force sit in their usual places.
It's my home away from home. It's my getaway. And it's become the Cheers of coffee shops. That's how I liken it.
Daily Dose celebrates events like National Frappe Day, which is next month, by the way, but nothing compares with National Coffee Day on Thursday.
I'm expecting it to be our busiest day ever, to be honest.
In part, that's because of the deals.
With $1 any size drip coffee and $1 off any specialty drink tomorrow, the customer wins because they get to save a lot of money.
But there's something else going on here. In a world where there's a marketing day for just about every cause, the owners wanted this one to be special.
A lot of people give out free coffee, they give out free or discounted things, and it's a promotion for themselves. We want to do things a little different and do National Coffee Day for a purpose.
After brainstorming with customers and learning of a local teacher dealing with Hodgkin's disease, they decided to donate some of Thursday's proceeds to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
If this is a success as big as I think it is, and we can make a difference, I think we'll definitely do it year on, year out.
For Anita, it's a chance to support a local business and a worthy cause.
I think it's good for business, but I think it attracts people. You know, they like it. Oh, it's going for a good cause, so I think they're willing to contribute and come in.
Coming up, a Brooklyn Park Elementary School receives an honor from First Lady Michelle Obama. But first, the Brooklyn Center boys soccer team is in action. We'll have the highlights of their latest win. John Jacobson is next.
He was a fixture in the Osseo High School classroom for many years and a longtime Orioles coach as well. Brad Ross passed away Tuesday after suffering a heart attack on Saturday while out running. He taught at Osseo for 33 years and was the Orioles boys and girls Nordic skiing coach for many years. Brad Ross also coached football, swimming, and softball during his time at Osseo. Funeral arrangements are pending. He was a 1972 graduate of Osseo High School. As we showed you yesterday, Champlin Park's volleyball team is having a great season. Rebels faced a young but improving Totino-Grace team on Tuesday night. Caitlin Weimer-Skirt serves up an ace. Champlin Park races out to a 9-2 lead in the first set. Emma Schmidt comes up with a big block for the Rebels. They cruise to a 25-16 win. Totino-Grace comes out much better in set 2. Izzy Summers finds an open spot in the deep middle, and the Eagles lead 9-7. But then Sydney Hilly and the Rebels take over. Hilly hammers an unreturnable ball for a 13-11 lead. Allie Miller delivers a big block as Champlin Park pulls away to win set 2, 25-12. Rebels coach John Yunker celebrating his birthday with a win. Hilly delivers the middle attack. Rebels rack up another sweep. Their defense in this game was the key.
It's going to take us a long way. We always talk about how defense wins games, so I think by continuing to get block touches or blocks, it'll really help our defense, and then we can make a play out of it.
Like Champlin Park, the Heritage Christian Academy volleyball team is aiming for a repeat visit to the state tournament. The Eagles are rated 4th in Class A. The Eagles on their home court against Legacy Christian. Heritage is on the right in the first set. They get it into their offense and set it back row to Maddie Torve for the kill. A 17-9 lead to start strong. Big serve for the Eagles leads to an overpass by Legacy, and Heritage takes advantage. They set left side to Megan Smith for the kill on the way to a 25-15 win in the opening set. The Eagles play well in the second set also. Good passing leads to an attack by Margaret Wetterstrom, and she puts it away for a 22-16 lead. The Eagles take the set 25-19. More of the same in the third. Superb passing for Heritage, and Sophie Jesuits delivers the kill. Heritage Christian sweeps Legacy to improve to 13-5 on the year. Armstrong lost very early in the season to Maple Grove in girls soccer, but since that match on August 30th, the Falcons are unbeaten. They hosted Anoka on Tuesday night. First half, Armstrong turns it over, and Anoka's Emma Strange with a shot. Ana Aguado, though, with a big save in net for the Falcons. Scoreless deep into the second half when Armstrong's Jessica Hanley fights off 2 defenders and lasers a shot in. That's the only goal of the match. Falcons win 1-0. They are now 9-1-2 on the season. In boys soccer, the Brooklyn Center boys have been playing pretty well lately. They face St. Croix Lutheran Tuesday in Brooklyn Center. The Centaurs in white, and they get on the board. Aaron Carla delivering the crossing path. Daniel Mendoza scoring there. It's 1-0 BC. St. Croix makes a bid to tie it. Micah Schultz gets control, blasts a hard shot. But Centaurs keeper Edwin Martinez right there for the save and keeps the Crusaders off the board. Off a long free kick by Isaac McCloskey. St. Croix gets a point-blank chance. Martinez, though, will dive out to block this one. Brooklyn Center goes on to win 2-1, their third win in the past 4 games. With less than a month to go in the regular season, the local boys cross-country team is ranked first in the state in Class AA. The Wayzata boys, coming off wins at both the Griac and Apple Valley Invitationals, is the top team this week. Edina is ranked second, and Minnetonka is third. 2 other local teams make the top 10. Maple Grove is ranked 7th and Hopkins 8th. Also, Hopkins' Seth Eliason, Maple Grove's Alex Miley, and Wayzata's Khalid Hussein are ranked 1, 2, and 3 in the state individual rankings. Wayzata's girls are ranked 3rd in this week's Class AA poll. And that's a look at sports for today, Mike.
All right, John, thank you very much. Now to Local Vote 2016 as we wrap up our look at candidates running for the Robbinsdale School Board. In all, 5 people are running for 3 positions, and we've already heard from 4 of those running this week. Today, it is incumbent Helen Bassett, who was first elected to the board in 2003.
Hello, I'm Helen Bassett, and I'm running for re-election to the Robbinsdale School Board because the outcomes for children make all the difference and provides the energy, the excitement, and willingness for me to serve. The board has made some recent changes that include the reopening of Pilgrim Lane Elementary and Sandburg Middle School after a great deal of study. It's very exciting. However, I want to do all I can to sustain those programs financially into the future. I'm very proud of the work I've done with the West Metro Education Program, member districts, and superintendents to bring Fair School in Crystal into the Robbinsdale District. It's a wonderful option for our families. The context and accountability that comes with experienced board members is important, and when you add that to our new administration and newer board directors, it provides a healthy mix for the future. I ask for your vote November 8th. Thank you.
And tonight, that's Wednesday night, you can hear from all the Robbinsdale School Board candidates at a forum sponsored by the League of Women Voters. It'll be held at the Education Service Center starting at 7 p.m. Still ahead, students at a Brooklyn Park Elementary School who can really move. We'll be right back. Finally, a shout out to a Brooklyn Park Elementary School from First Lady Michelle Obama. Palmer Lake Elementary received a National Active Schools Award as part of Michelle Obama's Let's Move initiative. Palmer Lake is one of only 9 Minnesota schools to receive the honor, which recognizes schools that commit to 60 minutes of exercise before, during, and after school. Palmer Lake also promotes community fun runs and participates in a jump rope challenge through the American Heart Association. Congratulations to them. That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.
See you tomorrow.